Okay, in this class, we're reading analog and digital clocks. It'll focus mainly on analog and being able to tell the time from them. What are you going to learn? Read analog clocks, read digital clocks, tell time to the hour and half hour. Answer the question, what time is it? Let's begin. So these are some introductory videos to get us started.
Hey boys and girls, Mrs. Snedden here. I have a quick video about how to tell time to the 5 minute. Should be a review. Let's go ahead and get started. Our learning topic for this unit is I can tell and write time to the nearest minute. So why do you think it's important to be able to tell time? How do we use time? So I want you to take a minute and think about that. How have you used time, and when do you use time, and why is it important? I bet you came up with lots of ways to use time, right? We use time in school to know when to go to recess and gym and when to go to lunch. We also use time as adults. When we get older, we're going to use time to know when to go to work and when to get up. We use time all day long. It's so important. In a previous video, I talked about the two hands and reviewed those. The short hand is your hour hand. The big hand, I came up with this little trick called mega minutes. Mega means super large or huge. So your minute hand is your big hand. And mega starts with M and minute starts with M. So when I'm thinking which hand is which, oh, I know minute starts with an M and so does mega. So mega minutes. Let's go ahead and start telling time. I can actually tell time by only looking at the hour hand. Check this out. So when I look at this hour hand, I see it's pointing right at the 5. That tells me it's actually 5 o'clock. Cool, right? And I look at this one, it's pointed directly at the 1. Tells me it's 1 o'clock. Now here it gets a little trickier. My hour hand is pointed directly between the 2 and the 3. That actually tells me that it's half past the hour. So that tells me half my minutes have passed and that it's halfway between 2 and 3. So that tells me it's 2:30. Cool, right? All right, let's look at this one. It's another one that's halfway between the 7 and the 8. And I know that it's going to be 7:30. All right, let's put the minute hand up. All right. The minute hand, how we figure out the minute hand is we start at the 12 and we count by 5. I want you to think about that clock I had you make. On that clock, you had to have an outer hour, and then underneath you were able to lift up the flap so you could see the minutes. That should have really helped you. I want you to think of this clock the same way. The 1 stands for 1, as in the hour 1, but it also stands as 5 for the minutes. And 2 stands for the hour 2, but it also stands for 10 minutes. Okay, important stuff. So whenever we're doing time to the minute, we have to count by 5s. So you guys are really good at count by 5, so that's going to be no problem for you. Let's start at the 12 and count by 5s. 5, 10, 15. So whenever I see the minute hand pointing at the 3, I know that stands for 15. Now, if I move it to the 4, I just add 5 more minutes, and now it's 20 after the hour. All right, let's look at this one. We're going to start at the 12 and go all the way around, counting by 5. So count along with me. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And I see it's 40 minutes after the hour. Cool, right? All right, here's another one. Now this one's almost to the next hour. It's pretty far. We're gonna have a lot of counting to do. Are you ready? Count with me. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. Now if you look, I only have 5 more minutes to the next hour. Another way I could say that is 5 till, and then I would say the hour. When it's pointing at 11, the minutes is 55 because when it gets to the 12, it's been 60 minutes, and how we say that though is o'clock. All right, three important numbers to remember. The 3 stands for 15, the 6 stands for 30, and the 9 stands for 45. So we're actually breaking the clock into 4 sections. Each section is worth 15 minutes. So we have 3 is 15, you add another 15, you get to 30, you add another 15, you get to 45, you add another 15 and you get to 60. Or you think 15 and 15 make 30, 30 and 30 make 60, 60 is 1 hour. So if you can visualize the clock being broken up into sections, it seems to really help. All right, let's look at both hands. We have both hands on the clock. We're going to get rid of that minute hand here for just a minute and only look at the hour hand. I see the hour hand is pointed just past that 6. So that tells me it has passed the 6. So I know the hour until it reaches that 7 is going to be a 6 something. So now I need to add the minute hand back on. And I look and I see the minute hand is on the 1. I know I'm going to count by 5s, and I only have to do that once. And I count, and I get 5 minutes after. And I have to write that as a 0, 5 because I have to have 2 numbers. So I see it's 6, and I would say 0, 5. 6, 0, 5 is how I say that. All right, let's try another one. Let's get rid of that minute hand and just look at the hour hand. I have it pointing almost directly on the 4, almost perfectly on the 4. I bet you I know what the time is, do you? So think about where would that minute hand be? So I know it's 4, and the minute hand I bet you is going to be pretty close to that 12, sure is. What do you know? So it's pointed right at the 12, it's 4 o'clock. Cool. All right, let's look at another one. Again, let's get rid of that minute hand, by minute hand. We're going to look at that hour hand, and we see it's past the 10, and it's halfway between the 10 and the 11. Now, it's a little bit past that maybe, but it's halfway about. Now, to know the exact time, though, again, I need the minute hand. So let's add that minute hand back in. I know the hour is 10, and I add the minute hand back in. Let's count by 5s. Now, if you know that 6 stands for 30 minutes, you don't have to count all the way around. You can just start there at the 6. But let's go ahead and count just in case. Ready? Count with me. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 40 minutes. So our hour was 10, our minutes is 40, so the time is 10:40. Awesome. Okay. Another way to look at this is we look at how many minutes are left in our hour. So we have 5, 10, 15, 20. So we have 20 minutes left in our hour. So another way to say that is it's 20 minutes till the next hour. So since the time is 10:40, it's 20 till 11, 20 minutes till the next hour. All right, let's look at some times here. So what time is it? So we see that the hour hand is between the 5 and the 6, but it's past the 5. We know it's gone past that 5. It's not past the 6. So we're going to look at the 5 and we say, okay, it's 5. And then we see the minute hand has gone 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So we say 25 minutes after 5 or 5:25. Okay, what time is it now? We see the hour hand. So remember, we look at the short hand, then the long hand. Hours, then minutes. And that's how we write it as well. So we see that the hour hand is pointed at 3, just past it. The minute hand is on the 2, so we're counting by 5s. Count with me, 5, 10. So I know the hour hand is 3 and the minute hand is 10. One way to say that is 10 minutes after 3 or 3:10. All right, let's look at this one. The minute hand is pointing at the 11. Now, I can start the 12 if I need to, and I can count all the way around. But I know that the 9 stands for 45, so I'm just going to count up from there. And I'm going to say, okay, I'm at 45, 50, 55. So I know my minutes are 55, And I look at my hour hands between the 9 and the 10, so I know it's 9:55. Okay, another way to say it is 5 minutes before 10, because 9:55 is almost 10 o'clock, so we say 5 minutes before 10. All right. Keep practicing, you're doing a great job. You guys have been doing awesome with time. I'm so impressed. I hope that helps you, and I look forward to our next video.
Today, in this video, we're going to talk about how to ask the time and how to tell the time in English. So, first of all, regarding asking the time, there are basically several ways. And these ways are: what's the time, please? What time is it, please? Can you tell me the time, please? Will you please tell me the time? Could you please tell me what time it is? Please notice that the both ways, the last two ways, could you please tell me the time and could you please tell me what time it is, are both very formal. So, and now let's move. Once we know how to ask the time, let's move to how to tell the time. When telling the time, we must say that there are two ways of telling the time, depending on the type of watch we have. If we've got a digital watch, the way to tell the time is the following. You say it's, and then we say the hour, and then the minute. For example, concerning the green watch. In the green watch, it's 4:12. Yeah. Can you please do the gray and the red watch? The red watches, yeah. So the gray watch it's 9:24. Whereas in the red watch it's 3:50. Yeah? Okay. So now let's move to telling the time with standard watches. You know, the watches with which most of us have got in our wrists. You know, the watches which have got hands on them. For example, if the time is sharp, we usually say it's the time an o'clock. So it is 2 o'clock. It's 3 o'clock. If the big hand is in number 6, so we would say it's 6:30 on the hour. For example, 6:30 or 7:30. From o'clock to 6:30, we usually add the word past. First we say it's, then the minutes, and then the word past, and then the word, then the hour. For example, it's 8:05. It's 8:10. Or it's 8:15. Please notice that we don't say it's 8:15, but it's 8:15. And then, for example, we following this, we could have 20:10 or 25:10. Then, from 1/2 to o'clock, instead of adding the word past, we add the word to. So this way we can get 2:45, 10 to 3, or it's 5 to 4. Yeah? Did you get it? Yeah. So once we manage this, let's move to the following image. In the following image, we find 9 clocks. In these 9 clocks, there are different times. So I want you to guess this time. So think about it. And I will tell you the answer in a few seconds. So number 1 is, yeah, good. It's 6 o'clock. Number 2. It's 24 past 10. Correct? Then, in clock number 3, it's what did you say? Yeah, it's 13 to 6. Yeah, or even 14 maybe. In clock number 4, it's 25 to 3. No, it's 25 past 3. Yeah. So, clock number 5. Yeah, it's 22 to 2. Yeah, good, good. In clock number 6, what's the time? It's 3 past 5. Yeah, good job. Yeah. Clock number 6. It's 8 to 7. Good. Yeah, or maybe 9 to 7. In the following clock, what time is it? It's 23 to 1. Good. No, it's not 23 to 1. It's 28 to 1. Good, good. And finally, the last clock. Could you tell me the time, please? Yeah, it's 3 past 9. Good job. Okay, now let's move to the final picture. In the final picture, I want you to draw 9 clocks. And in these 9 clocks, I want you to put different times. So I'm going to tell different times, and you will have to cross. And if you have got your bingo, you will be your winner. So thank you for coming and enjoy.
Assalamu alaikum. Good, you're doing well. Let's listen carefully. What's day and date? I'm gonna help you. Yesterday was Monday, so what day comes? The date is May 19,
2020.
Well done. And again. So I want you to be up and shout. It's math class. Great, everyone. Okay, so the title of the lesson is AM and PM. So, what does this mean? Do you think that we are going to talk about time? Because in the previous lessons we have learned about time to the hour, time to the half hour, and time to the quarter hour. And yesterday we learned about time to 5 minutes intervals. Right, everyone? So, today I'd like to say that our lesson will be about time, but we're going to learn something useful. So the lesson of today will help you to tell the time correctly during daytime and nighttime. So look at these pictures, everyone. I'm going to give you some time. Okay, so it's written here, wake up, and then 9 a.m. and over here it's nighttime, right? Nighttime, because as you can see the moon, and it's written 9 p.m. So let's learn today how to read the time during daytime and nighttime. And here we go, my lovely and smart students. Let's read the objectives together. So by the end of the lesson, you will be able to
use AM and PM when telling and writing time.
Looks great. So be ready to learn and explore new things. And mental math time. So every time we have mental math, Miss Wuna says to you, you need to take your time and think carefully to avoid any mistake. Private and we again. 6, 10, and 4:35. I'm gonna give you some time to think about these two questions. Okay, so what you are going to do first is to write the minutes. I want you to skip count by 5s and to write the minutes around, and then draw the two hands. And remember, there are two hands, one of them short, and the short one is for the for the hours, and the long one is for the minutes. Okay, so let's do this together. So you need to write the minutes here 5, and here 10. Wow, it's super easy. So the long one, or let's start with the short one. Okay, so the short one will point to number 6, and the long one will point to number 2, which means 10 minutes. Let's go to this one. Okay, I want you to think about this one and to do it by yourself. So the hours from midnight until noon are labeled AM, and the hours from noon until midnight are labeled PM. So everyone, I have some questions and I want you to think about it. First of all, what would you put your pajamas on, during the day or at night? So when do you wear your pajamas, everyone? Do you wear it during the day or at night? At night, correct. And would you eat lunch during the day? Lunch, yeah? Or at night? Correct. During the day. So everyone, let's think about some activities that you do during the day. When I say during the day, when the sun is in the sky. And think about some activities that you do during the night. When I say night, I mean here when the moon is in the sky. So usually, or let's say during the day, people go to work, eat their lunch, also they can visit each other. But during the night time, you wear your pajama, you eat your dinner, and also use page that you usually do in the morning. So let's say in the morning you go to school, right? This is the school. So in the morning you go to school. First, let's draw some activities or things that you usually do at night. So let's say this is the bed and you usually sleep during nighttime, right? Okay, so everyone, I want to say that the activities that you usually do in the first part of the day, let's say it goes from midnight to noon. It's morning, okay? So we call the time between midnight and noon a.m. Okay? So I'm gonna show you something over here. So everyone, what I want you to do now is to remember your daily routine when you go to school. Let's say usually you wake up around 6 o'clock and then you go to school around 7 o'clock. You attend the assembly or the morning assembly around 7:30 and then the classes will start. Let's say from 8 to 9 it's English class, and from 9 to 10 it's math class, and from 10 to 10:30 it's breakfast time, from 10:30 to 11 let's say it's PE class, and from 11 to 12 let's say it's Arabic class. Okay everyone, so this is the first part of the day. So I'm talking about the things that you usually do in the first part of the day. So everyone, if you're gonna read the time during the first part of the day, you're gonna read it in this way. Let's say you're gonna wake up around 6 a.m. then you will go to school around 7 a.m. then the English class, let's say, will start around 8 a.m. and so on. Okay everyone, so here we're gonna add a.m. After that, let's say here's the middle of the day. Here's the middle of the day. After the middle of the day, let's say from 12 to 1 you have a PE class, and from 1 to 2 you're gonna prepare yourself to go home. From 2 to 3 you're gonna eat your lunch, and then from 3 to 4 you're gonna do your homework and so on. Here what we're going to do is to use PM when we read the time. So we're going to say it's 1 p.m., it's 2 p.m., 3 p.m. and so on. And we're going to continue using PM till 12 midnight. So any activity that you're going to do during this time, we're going to say, or let's say something else, we're going to use PM when we read the time during this period of time. Okay, so after that, let's say you're going to do your homework and you will eat your dinner, you will wear your pajama and then sleep. Also, we are going to continue using PM during this period of time till 12 midnight. In this time you will be sleeping, so we're going to continue using PM. After that, after 12 midnight, okay, you're going to use AM again from midnight till the middle of the day, or let's say noon time. Okay everyone, don't worry, I know it's a little bit hard, but tomorrow we have part 2 and we're gonna continue explaining and talking about when to use AM and PM when you read or tell the time. And here we go everyone, as you can see, There are 3 questions. You need to solve them. I'm going to do the first one and then you will do number 2 and 3 by yourself, okay? So open page 626. So till what time? Okay, and I want you to circle after that AM or PM. Okay, look at the first one. So art class. Art class. You are in the school and it's art class and it's the first part of the day. Okay, so what time is it, everyone? It's
AM.
Yeah, AM, excellent, but let's read the time first. So look at the short one. The short one points to 10. So it's 10.
It's 10 o'clock.
And yeah.
Because also the minute hand is pointing to 12. And 12 means 0 minutes.
0 minute. And after that, we're gonna choose AM because this activity, let's say, is conducted at the first part of the day. First part of the day. So when do you go to bed and when you play after school? So read the time and then choose AM or PM. So thank you everyone for listening. Have a great day. See you tomorrow. And tomorrow, as I said to you so far, we're gonna explain use telling.
So what is time? Time tells us when things happen. We use clocks to tell time. Types of clocks. We have analog clocks like this, and we have digital clocks that are like this. So an example word problem. Parts of an analog. Okay. So the shorthand is the hour hand, and the longhand is the minute hand. And each of these are numbers. So this is 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So right now it's pointing to 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, and this is 11 right here. So we multiply this one by multiply by 5 because each of these is, so it's at 12 o'clock, 0 minutes gone by. After 5 minutes have gone by. So in each of these intervals, 5 minutes is there. So 55 when it's pointing at 11. It's in between 11 and 12, so we can say it's around 58. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 58 approximately. Telling time to the hour. When the minute hand is on 12, it is o'clock. So 7 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. When this long hand is straight upwards, it's o'clock. Example, hour hand on 3. So the minute hand is at 0 and the hour hand is at 3. So it's 3 o'clock. Telling time to the half hour. When the minute hand is on 6, it is half past the hour. Since this is a full hour, this is half an hour. So if we see where the hour hand is first always, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10:30. Practice. Analog to digital time. So on the analog clock, the hour hand is pointing towards 2 And the minute hand is at 12. So this would be 2. And since this is at 0, it'd be o'clock. So 2 o'clock. And in digital, it would just be 2. Like that. So what time is it now? The hour hand is the red hand, pointing towards 5. The minute hand is pointing straight up at 12. So that would mean it would be 5 hours, 0 minutes. So 5 o'clock in analog, and in digital it would just be 5. That. Answer 5 o'clock. So that's all for today's session. Reading analog clocks, reading digital clocks, tell time to hour and half hour. Answer the question, what time is it?